Hello and welcome to the 10th episode of our series of Siddhapratnya videos. In the last episode, we concluded on a negative note, so that, and I also mentioned that for every potion, poisonous it might be, we have an antidote in our scriptures. This antidote is given by none other than Adi Shankaracharya in a famous set of verses titled Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja Govindam means worship Govinda, worship Krishna. This is a solution for all your problems. Trust Krishna and trust your everything at the feet of Krishna. There will be a solution. You will find peace and happiness. This is what the set of verses mean. You may refer to it elsewhere and then get the full complement of verses and slokas in it. But for our purpose, in the last episode, we found that man can in fact press the self destruct button on himself and create disaster and destruction for his character. But here, I'll recite that four lines, which is an antidote for the problems that he himself created. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan This is the antidote that Adi Shankara prescribes. Satsangatve nissangatvam. We found in the earlier Bhagavad Gita verse that it is Vishaya Sangha that creates all problems. Man's infatuation with the surrounding objects, be it sentient or insentient, living or non living objects. People can get obsessed with very many things. So, this is from that Sangam, that undue attachment, that obsessive attachment that leads to destruction as a cascade. Nissangatve nirmohatvam. So, how to free yourself from that Sangam? By practicing Nissangam, by practicing detachment, not a sort of a stoic detachment. Bhagavad Gita in no place encourages stoicism. Stoicism in the Indian context means running away from problems, running away from the duties, running away from your prescribed karma, running away from your bounden duties and responsibilities. Gita never prescribes that. In fact, Gita professes a proactive approach to life. We will come to that. We will discuss that management aspect in the later episodes. And this is where Gita becomes a perennial uh, instruction manual for even practicing managers or aspiring managers or management trainees in schools of management. But here, Nissangatvam means dispassionate approach. Approach a relationship or approach a task without creating an undue attachment to it. So, Nissangatve Nirmohat. What is the benefit of that? You will cease to have, you will stop having moham or craving, because you know that once the task is over, it's over. The relationship is over. You finish task A and then you move on to task B. When you move on to task B, you never carry the hangover of task A responsibilities or task A aftermaths. So, nissangatve nirmohatvam, by practicing dispassionate approach toward tasks or karmas in life. Nirmohatve nischalatatvam. What is the benefit of practicing nirmohatvam or nissangatvam? You gain a lot. because you are actually giving up something. In English, we say to get something, you have to give up something. Here, you are giving up attachment. You give attachment, you give up attachment, and you gain uh, gain dispassion. And from dispassion, you get peace of mind. Another word of mind, peace of mind is stillness of mind. Nischalatatvam. Nischalam means the state without movement. Chalam means movement. Nischalam means lack of movement. Lack of movement in philosophy and spirituality is a positive trait. It is an aim and a goal of meditation. It is an aim and a goal of practicing karmas positively. Whenever you detach passion from a karma, you gain nischala tattvam. At the end of the day, you will feel that I've done practically nothing. I've just performed a given task to the satisfaction of my surroundings, to the satisfaction of my peers, and to my own satisfaction, which does not mean that I am attached to it still. There are no hangovers. So, Nischala Tattvam is the big benefit that you get. What is the ultimate benefit of Nischala Tattvam? If you practice Nischala Tattvam on a weekly, on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly uh, basis, at the end of the day, at the end of December 31st, you have nothing to lose and you have nothing to gain. Your balance sheet is zero. You carry over to the next year, nothing. You carry over to the next year a still mind, a blank still mind, a blank white sheet, a whiteboard which is empty, ready to receive new tasks and new responsibilities and new duties that life commands. You're born anyway, you have to complete your responsibilities in life somehow. And if you do it properly, according to the edicts given by Krishna, you will definitely attain what is called the next step, Jivan Mukti. Is the benefit of maintaining stillness of mind, Nischala Tattvam. If you practice Nischala Tattvam successfully, Krishna guarantees you, or Adi Shankara gives you in this beautiful set of 4 lines, Jivan Mukti. What is Jivan Mukti? Mukti means moksha. Moksha means liberation, ultimate freedom from life, ultimate freedom from karma, actually. So, the karmas are the baggage that you accumulate. But if somebody can advise you a state of situation, a state of management, self management, where you do not accumulate the results of a karma, where you do not accumulate karmic baggage. If your baggage remains empty or near empty, except for the proverbial toothbrush and toothpaste, you carry nothing forward. So, at the end of your life, at the end of your innings in life, you carry nothing with you. That means you have no karmas to work out anymore, and you say, and you are free. So, this is called Jivan Mukti. Normally, the religions practice or preach codes of conduct which you will have to practice somehow, so that in the day of judgment, after your bodily death, somebody will come and sit in judgment over you, over the past actions you have performed. They will go through as if a book, a register, what they these days are called the Akashic records. In fact, there is no Akashic records. It is your own records and your own review that you have to make. But there is a review takes place according to some religions after your physical exit. But if you have to make sure, if there is a way out of this, if there is a way out of this life audit or after death audit of your life, there is nothing better than that. So, in this calculation or in this evaluation or this appraisal in every career, in management or otherwise, there is an annual or a periodic appraisal of your past actions. So, what do they appraise? They appraise and evaluate and quantify the number of times you have committed error, the number of times you have swerved away from the given task objectives. But if you are sure, if you are certain that your record is straight, and if your record is clean, as if there is no black patches or black marks in your record, you are assured of a promotion. In this case, Jivan Mukti, moksha or liberation while living. Jivan Mukti. Jivan, here is the emphasis, the stress. Jivan Mukti is the ability of your own self governed life, self governed regulated life, self governed dharmic life, which will assure you freedom, the ultimate freedom that everybody is seeking. Every seeker is looking for, longing for, that you are assured of obtaining. This is called Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti is a state of mind not reserved for the few. It is a state of mind attainable by all, according to Krishna. If you take the Gita as your guru, take the book as your living guru, depending on no one else, if you are able to analyze every line and if you are able to read between the lines as you age in number of years, you are assured of a tool that gives you an analysis of yourself as looked at from your past actions, like you're preparing your own balance sheet. So, if the balance sheet is proper, if the balance sheet is right, you're assured of a promotion. In spiritual language, this promotion is called Shreyas. Shreyas as opposite to Prayas. Prayas is the physical or the worldly riches of promotion and abundance that you are assured by your employer or your business activity. But Shreyas is what every spiritually bent human being should look for. Shreyas is assured as the form of mukti. What more can you ask for from a spiritual life? What more can you ask for from a spiritually guided existence? What more can you ask for when you have accepted Krishna as your teacher, as seen through the lines of Bhagavad Gita? In the next episode, we will go a little more deeper into what are the daily observances that you have to undertake in order to gradually take you to the state of Jivan Mukti, which is the aim of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, and in a proactive mode, not a stoic mode. Gita never proposes, as I mentioned in the beginning of this episode, there is no stoicism at all. Every way, every word, every line, every chapter professes proactive action. So, this is the advice given by Krishna to Arjun. And with this, let us end this episode on a peaceful note of Mukti. Thank you very much. See you next time.